Hey, what's up everybody? Jason here, Rome Bearded. Welcome to Creative Camp Cooking. We're gonna have a little fun today. We've got the iKamper Disco series. We're in the process of testing this thing out and giving them feedback. This is kind of a demo unit. We're gonna cook up something pretty awesome today. We're gonna do some cheesesteaks. And I'm not gonna diss anybody in Philly. These are not Philadelphia style cheesesteaks. We're doing something a little different, a little out of the box here. We're gonna do some bourbon cheesesteaks. That's right, bourbon. So, get ready for that. We're gonna fire this thing up, start getting some heat on it. Yeah, we're gonna have fun tonight. Alright, we're starting to get a little bit of heat here on the disco, so we're going to add just a little bit of oil. And then the other day before we left the house, I went to the store, picked up a couple good ribeyes, boneless, tossed them in the freezer for about a half hour, 45 minutes. You just want them to start to freeze, but you don't want them frozen. So when they're nice and solid like that, you're able to get them thinly sliced up. Okay, so the first little piece of bourbon flair we're going to add to this is some bourbon smoked sea salt. They take sea salt and they smoke it with bourbon barrel staves. So bourbon is aged in a white oak barrel, charred, and then when that thing is being discarded, they take those barrels, turn them into smoking chips, and smoke some spices with it. We've got some smoked sea salt here. Alright, and the second piece of bourbon flair we're going to add to it, coming from the same company, bourbon smoked pepper. Just some black pepper, smoked with bourbon barrel staves. You might think it's kind of a gimmick, but let me tell you, both of these have a really nice smoky flavor, or smoky aroma to it, and a smoky flavor when you're cooking with it. So definitely pretty happy with these. All right, we got this cooking up real nicely right now. Smelling fantastic. We're gonna make a little divot here in the center just for a second. And we have just an au jus gravy mix. Just a packet you can find at the store. So we're gonna add a little bit of that right here in the middle. Maybe a third of the packet, give or take. And then our next layer of bourbon comes from Basil Hayden's. So this is a fantastic Kentucky bourbon right there. Definitely one of my favorites. I'm just gonna put that right there in the center also. A little bit for the meat. A little bit for me. Cheers, everybody. Mix that up a little bit, get the meat back in there. All right, that's mixing up real well. We're gonna add just a pinch of water to that as well. All right, you can really start to smell the sweetness of the bourbon as the alcohol's cooking off of it. Yeah, it's smelling really good. So think it's about time. We're gonna start throwing some vegetables at it. All right, so we got some red pepper and some white onion. All right, we've got these onions and peppers starting to soften up a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and add another layer of veg to it. So here we got some mushrooms and jalapenos. I gotta say, if you were camped downwind from us, you might be walking over here to see what's going on. Just saying. Right, everything is looking and smelling really nice in here. Vegetables got nice and tender. What's nice about this disc I didn't mention earlier is you got this nice hot surface right in the center to cook into. This outer edge stays really nice and warm, so you can cook multiple things at different stages. So with our meat cooked, we've got that sitting around that outside edge, just staying warm. Get these vegetables cooked like they are now. Now we can get everything married together. Just amazing, absolutely amazing. We'll let that kind of come up to a good high temperature real quick before we throw it in some bread and add some cheese to it. There, right there. Kill the heat. See if we can't shove that inside of a hoagie roll here. Alright, before we shove some more of that in there, this right here will be the fourth element of bourbon that we're hitting this up with. So this right here is Pour Me a Slice from the Beehive Cheese Company. This cheese right here is aged with bourbon. In fact, it's aged with Basil Hayden bourbon. So bringing it full circle, baby. So we're gonna shove some cheese inside there. We're not gonna skimp on that. So we got some cheese inside of it. We're gonna put a little bit more right on top of that. We're gonna do a second one just the same. We're gonna wrap these up in foil. Well, there you have it, folks. Bourbon 4 ways and a cheesesteak. I gotta tell you, this is smelling so fantastic right now. And that bun is nice and soft, hot and warm. Oh. Mm-hmm. You need to try this, because that right there, that Pour Me a Slice cheese on there, the bourbon, the au jus, it's meaty, got the vegetables, soft chewy bread. We hit a home run with this one right here. So check out roambeer.com. You'll be able to find the full recipe there, and give us a thumbs up if this looks good to you. Are you drooling a little bit? You should be, because yeah, this is pretty fantastic. Hit that subscription button if you haven't already, and we're gonna see you next time right here on Roam Bearded. Roam on, folks. Because these are not Philadelphia style cheesecakes. I guess, I don't know. What am I talking about?